my name is Mary Lou Torre, and I'm the principal at St. Peter's School in Danbury, Connecticut. My purpose in speaking with you today is to talk to you about how St. Peter's School is going to open. By now, all of you have received the Bridgeport reopening plan, and I hope you've had time to read the opening plan, watch the video from Dr. Cheeseman, and take a look at all of the reopening plans, COVID-19 addendums that St. Peter's School has sent to you. Let's start by taking a look at our entryway. It's important to see that safety is very important to all of us. So anyone who enters the building must wear a cloth face covering, and if there's any signs of illness of any kind, we respectfully ask that you stay home and call our office. Okay, let's start with arrival. The buses drive up and park along the main street here. If you take a look carefully, you'll see a series of yellow feet. These yellow feet represent the social distancing that we are expecting from our students. So for example, if I'm standing here, I can't move until the person who's standing here has moved up. This particular area, this sidewalk, is going to be used for all students who enter St. Peter's School via bus. So let's follow along, and I will show you the door where students enter if they have come by bus. Now this is only for students that are not riding, that are not in grade 2. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. This is the door that students will enter if they arrive by bus. What will happen upon their arrival? They will enter this door. A staff member will be there to take the temperature of the students. At that point, the students will use the hand sanitizer, and then they will proceed up the stairs. If they are taking breakfast, which is a grab and go, they will grab their breakfast and proceed to their classroom where they will eat their breakfast. Parent drop-off is very much the same as it was last year. Parents will enter through the rectory driveway, and they will pull all the way to the front of the gate, stop their car, and their child will exit. If you notice the yellow feet, you will see that again we are emphasizing social distancing. It's very important that students do not simply run to the playground door because there may be a backup. Upon entry, the students will have their temperature taken. They will proceed up the stairs where they will pick up their breakfast and proceed directly to their classroom. If you notice, we're now inside the building. And as you can see, I am wearing my mask. Notice how it color coordinates. So anyone who comes into the building must wear a mask. That includes students, staff members, visitors, anyone who's in the building. This door is reserved for teachers and any visitors. Once you arrive, you'll notice that there's a hand sanitizing station. It's very important to use the hand sanitizer many times during the day. Throughout the building, we have stations and we have wall mount units. Cleanliness is one of the most important ways to stop the spread of this virus. And that, of course, includes wearing the mask. It also includes social distancing. So if you notice, we have "Please stay 6 feet apart" decals on our floor to remind anyone what 6 feet apart looks like. If you come down the hallway, you'll notice that we have signs indicating things to stay away from. Hugging, high fives, handshakes, general physical contact. This is our main office. And while you don't see it yet, there will be a plexiglass barrier that goes the full length of this counter. As you can also see, our staff members, happy and hard at work, are also wearing their mask. There's one change to the boys' uniform this year. The boys will not be wearing a tie, but they are required to wear the shirt or the polo shirt, depending on if it's the summer or the winter uniform. For the girls, hair adornments are not allowed, the bows are not allowed, just because they all capture lots of germs. As you will see by looking at the floor, we are in the process of putting decals down to remind students that it is very important to stay 6 feet apart when they are traveling on the staircase. As you can see, our water fountains are not usable this year. Students must bring in water bottles to ensure that they stay hydrated during the day. Next, we'll show you how the sinks in the bathrooms are marked. As you can see, the sink is taped off in the middle to ensure that social distancing occurs. And you can see that that occurs elsewhere in the bathroom as well. So it's important to see that we are keeping our desks and our students separated. Social distancing is important even in the classroom. This classroom is a kindergarten classroom, and it is under construction. So just wanted to make sure that you saw what a classroom looks like. And Mrs. Boyle, as you can see, is very busy getting this classroom up and running. Okay, this is a middle school classroom, grade 6. And as you can see, we are taking great care to ensure that the desks and the chairs are socially distanced for our students. This is an example of another middle school classroom, and again, you can see that the desks are arranged so that students are all facing forward and they are socially distanced. Okay, so this is a 3rd grade classroom, and as you can see, the desks and chairs are also socially distanced. I want to take this opportunity to remind everyone of a few other important facts. First, upon arrival, students will have their temperature taken. And any temperature over 100 degrees, the student will either return back home with their parent if they were being dropped off, or they will go to the nurse's office if they have arrived by bus. I've mentioned how important it is to wear a mask. Masks are required anytime social distancing cannot occur in the classroom. During the day, the teachers will be in charge of letting students know when it is appropriate to remove masks. I want to talk a little bit about lunch. Lunch will be eaten in the classroom. Outside of each pod, there will be a very large garbage can to collect any remnants of a person's lunch. And the other important thing is students will be walking at a socially distanced space to the cafeteria to pick up their lunch. On half days, students will pick up their lunch before they leave and go home. It will be the reverse procedure of when they arrive and do their grab-and-go breakfast. Dismissal. In just a moment, we'll show you where the dismissal area is. But unlike previous years, dismissal will occur from the child's classroom, not from a bus room. Students who are being picked up at the end of the day will exit through the playground door. They must practice the social distancing as outlined by the path of feet. Second grade students will also exit through this doorway, travel down the sidewalk and onto their bus. This area will be supervised because the remaining students, those who are traveling by bus, will be exiting through that door and then traveling down the sidewalk, following the social distance feet, and proceed to their bus. This is our playground area, and as you can see, most of it is caution taped off because it is not usable. The main playground area will be available for students to use. They will be coming out one grade at a time. There is no sharing of toys. Each class will have a box of recess toys that they will be able to use during recess. Unfortunately, due to COVID, we will not be able to allow basketball to occur. So let me tell you a little bit about how specials will work. For art class, every student will have an individual art bag with their own belongings. The specials teachers will be going to each classroom rather than have the students go to the special teacher. And again, this is for safety reasons. As well, in our middle school, where our students often travel to and from classes, our 6th grade students will remain in their classroom, 7th grade in their classroom, and 8th grade in their classroom. It will be the middle school teachers who travel from class to class, just like the specialists. And again, this is for safety reasons. I want to thank you very much for taking a minute to watch this video, and I hope you have learned a little bit more about what the opening of St. Peter's School will look like. This is a very different year, and I want to take a moment right now to thank you for all your patience and flexibility with all of us and your children as we enter into uncharted territory.